Hey, it's Irreverent Ages here, and in this video I'm bringing you a comprehensive guide on how to beat Godrick the Grafted on a melee character without having to power level. For this fight I chose a dual katana-wielding samurai who hasn't leveled up a single time in the game. I'm using my starting stats, so let's get into it. The first thing you'll see him do here is a charging axe swing from right to left. If you're far away, keep roll dodging backwards when he does this. If you're too close, run towards him, and right when he's about to attack, roll dodge forward and left into his attacking arm to maximize your dodge chance. Godrick will do a lot of what I call regular frontal attacks. What you're going to do is wait for Nefeli to draw aggro. Then you're going to run behind him and unleash all of your attacks and do as much damage as possible until he turns around. Another attack he's going to do is an axe slam. This is pretty well telegraphed. He raises his hands overhead before slamming his axe down, causing an earthquake that hits for big damage and an AoE around him. Roll dodge back when he does this, but you're going to want to keep rolling back because a much bigger earthquake will hit when he pulls the axe out of the ground. The direction the second quake goes is seemingly random, so to be on the safe side, just get as far away as you can. Another attack Godrick does is his triple winds attack, where he'll spin his weapons around him, putting a tornado in that area. The first hit doesn't hit that hard, and it will give you time to roll dodge away even if you do get hit. Move to his backside during this phase, because usually after this ends, you have a big attack window to pound him from behind real good. So good, you'll make him bleed. If you're using the appropriate weapon, of course. Sometimes, like here, however, after the winds, he turns into a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man and flies across the map, rolls, jumps, flips, and spins his way into a big swing attack. Whenever he does this attack, he may change targets mid-move and decide to attack you instead. The swing has a big range, so just roll dodge away and keep your distance. Here I have a big window for attacking him from behind because he is doing his regular frontal attacks on Nefeli. You see we're going to stagger him, and after that I'm going to proc a big bleed on him, taking him to 50% health. At 50%, he lets out a scream and is unable to attack. Keep piling on the damage as it's a free-for-all before the cutscene. After the cutscene we're going into phase 2, 50% to 0%. And here Godrick turns into Trogdor the Burninator. I'm sure nobody will get that reference. Anyway, first thing he does is a long-range fire sweep. Just roll back to the entrance and it'll miss you. Tell Nefeli to move too. Never mind, she's just going to get hit in the face with it like a noob. As soon as this goes by, now is a good time to summon one of your spirits. I chose the jellyfish as it tends to stay at range, avoiding most of the big AoEs that he does around him. Now we're going to see a new attack, Rain of Fire. Godrick puts his arm into the ground, does the hokey pokey, then shoots fireballs into the air. Just run around him when he does that and the fireballs will miss you, and then you'll be in a good position to attack him again. You'll see here another attack that I call Scorch the Earth. He starts shooting fire in front of him, and this is your biggest attack window. Take advantage of it because he doesn't turn very quickly after this attack starts, and it goes on for several seconds. He still does a triple winds attack during this phase as well, but now it's with fire. Same strat as before, just move behind him when he does it for the classic backside attack. He also does the rolling, charging, flipping attack again, but again, it's with fire. Same strat as before, just get away. Sometimes instead of his normal attacks, he now does them but throws fireballs. This shouldn't be a big deal because you're supposed to stay behind him anyway, and let Nefeli do all the hard work. You can see now that he's almost dead, and for this moment I saved a special item for when I actually reach this point. It's blood grease, and it increases the bleed buildup on my weapon. So when I run in, I'm going to hit this and hopefully proc a bleed as fast as possible that'll finish him off. And luckily, it worked. Although he was probably pretty close to a bleed anyway considering how fast it worked. Like I said, my goal for this guide was to show you how to beat Godrick on a melee character without having to level up. You can always brute force your way through a lot of bosses by leveling up a lot, so this was for the people who actually wanted to see and learn the mechanics in detail. And you can see here that my stats on my samurai are simply my starting stats at level 9. For my equipment, you can see that I'm just using my starting Uchi Katana. However, I did get it to +4. I did want a dual wield for better bleed procs, so I had a friend drop me an extra one. For my armor, I'm using my starting armor, and for my talismans, I only have one useful one at this point in the game, and that's the Crimson Amber Medallion. That gives me extra health. Ideally, I should have picked up a different talisman that's easily accessible, maybe that increased all my stats or just gave me some extra stamina so I could attack more, but I just put on this other useless one that I had in my inventory. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about the mechanics. So, if you got something out of it, please hit the like button or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more Elden Ring guides, please hit the subscribe button.